maybe the enemy tells them to not invest in healthy lifestyles because it won't make them any money. They put profit over the health of the people. Yeah, that's actually what they say. They say that they do it, even the raps, that they do it because that's what the people want. The people want. So are you a leader or are you a follower? When it's convenient, you say, I'm a leader, right? I started this such and such, I'm a leader. But then when somebody holds you accountable for your quote unquote choice of leadership, then you blame it on the fans. That, well, that's what the people want. The people wanted to hear that. I don't give a damn what the people want. You know what I'm saying? The white people wanted us as slaves. Should we keep giving them what they wanted? You know what I'm saying? What does the people want? How is that a valid excuse for an adult, for an accountable, responsible adult? That's what the people want. The people could want all kind of stuff. Should they get it? Yeah, that's just a corny cop out. Bashir Muhammad, I tried to write my letter to give my ex, but by that time, Imam Muhammad had already taken over, and we just in the 70s. Oh, okay, yes, sir. Yeah. But I mean, we still doing it. I mean, I hear you. I'm not trying to go into that, but yeah, because the point just was I don't know where I'm from in Africa or whatever, because all of that information is robbed from us. So, but I hear you on that. I understand that. But yeah, the subject being are people, rappers, rap peers of my generation promoting and selling vices and poisons. Vices and poison above morality, health, healing. You know what I'm saying? Why is that? That's what I want to hear y'all talk about. That's what I want to hear about. Slavery was, started or began 1555 here. I mean, we reached it, but it's 2024. And the scourge that we're dealing with right now is of our own people poisoning on our own people, negatively influencing our own people. So I'm not even trying to talk about no slave masters or nothing like that. I'm talking about us cooperating with the former slave masters' children and with the satanic influence and poisoning of our own people. I don't, this live is not to be. I really don't never talk about white people. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's old. That's old. You know what I'm saying? I might have did that 30 years ago or something like that. This issue here is rounding up our people, getting our people together, making us accountable and making us fit to accept our own. We've been past blaming them other people for everything long ago, many decades ago. Bashir, we do have to choose to stand up and stay with that. Absolutely. Laminu Young, what about the blacks that was already here before Columbus? I guess that's the subject we're talking about, right? I guess we just gonna ignore the title here, the topic that's pinned up. I guess we're gonna talk about slavery, right? So I guess that's what Cube and them be talking about. Well, that's what the people want to talk about. That's what the people like. Well, man, since that's not a bad subject, so I can change the topic because that's what y'all want to talk more about. Saying, you know what I'm saying? I was talking about what affects us today. Who should we hold accountable today for what we're doing to each other today? But I guess we want to talk about slavery and blacks and Columbus or whatever. So, no disrespect, y'all. Mr. Majestic, Cam, Ren, JD, Brother JX, Clan, Cujo, Goody of the Goody Mon collaboration album would be awesome. Yeah, I'm with all of that. I'm with all of that. Kim, they collabing and watching each other's back, enabling each other, like the Boule and the highly weird entertainment class. Ain't many artists was deep in their circles enough to hold them accountable. Yeah, I could see that. I could definitely see that. Rob Moses. Some black folks do everything we see others do that makes money. Jack Daniels, Johnny Walker were around many years before I was born. Right? Yeah. Yeah. But I mean, we're not them. So why should we be doing exactly what they do? You know, they like it's a whole lot of stuff they like, and they nature proves what they like. They nature proves that they like rare mammal flesh that's just still got kind of little bloody blood in it. You know what I'm saying? They like they like a lot of stuff that we don't like. Their nature leans towards a lot of things that our nature don't lean towards. So if they think vices and poisons and all that is cool, that let them do that among each other. Let them have that. But are we supposed to be promoting that and selling that to each other? No, if that's what they want to sell and promote to each other, let them do that. But we're doing it. So we're going to have to be held accountable for it. And it starts by verbally being held accountable. And then after the verbal warnings and verbal convictions, then something else is coming behind these verbal words. You know what I'm saying? By sheer, we determine who we are and what to do. Use our built-in intelligence, and we already got a history. It's not just built-in intelligence. We got a history already of what to do and not to do. We the one defined what morality is, what morality and integrity and righteousness and laws of righteousness even is. We know what we supposed to do and what we not supposed to do. We just sold out. We're just sellouts. So that's why I'm exposing sellouts. I'm exposing people that are deceiving and mentally infecting, poisoning our people's minds and bodies. Calling them out, convicting them. I'm not saying I'm sentencing them, you know what I'm saying? But I'm definitely calling out their crimes. Yeah. C Gamer, off the subject. Thank you. Thank you for, putting a disclaimer out there. Off the subject, what happened to the Epstein tapes? Could the enemy try and pin those tapes on Diddy? Man, ain't no telling. They high technology scientists. I'm sure they got all kind of AI technology now that they can shift them as though they was Diddy tapes when they was really Epstein tapes. That's very possible. I never thought about that. And that is kind of on the subject, at least. You ain't talking about slavery in Africa. That's kind of on this subject, C Gamer. So, yeah, I appreciate that. Hannah Rose, salute, Black. Salute. Imad Jabril, we're not led by our humanity. We're led by a wicked people. We shouldn't be led at all, right? It's who we choose to follow. It's not who we're led by, it's who we choose to follow. Adults have a choice, especially if you got decades worth, your whole lifetime worth of Black leaders and Black organizations that was against all of this, was pushing and tolerating and no vices, no poisons, no immoralities, none of that. So if we're doing it now, it's because that's what we choose to do. That's what we want to do. So can't blame it on, well, that's what the people want. No, nigga, that's what you want. You want a whole a fan base of people so you can run that excuse. You want weak followers of that want to be weak like you so you can use them as an excuse. That's what that is. Nitsit Appy. They want to keep us down so we would have to depend on them for all things. It's all about control. Yeah. Elmatic salute on the subject. It's worse now in the 90s. It's worse. It's on the subject. It's worse now than in the 90s with all the St. Ives commercials. Yeah, everything is a St. Ives commercial now. Everything is a drug, a twerk, a sex, St. Ives. You know what I'm saying? Everything is a vice and a deviancy commercial or a lifestyle. The rainbow, to delete your own little babies, you know what I'm saying? Be tough and fight against your own kind, and then trying to love on the open enemy. Be friends and partners and you know with the open enemy, but make war against your own people. Destroy your own unborn children. So we totally have been flipped inside out and upside down. So that's why we call each other dog. No, you can call me dog, but you got to spell it backwards. Nah, I'm not a dog. Yeah. Jerry Springer made a grip off of the trauma drama and all of these low vibration vultures feeding off the low hanging fruit. Yep, choosing to. We got to keep that in mind. It's a choice, especially if that's what we bragging about today. My body, my choice, free will, free will. So you can't blame it on nobody. You can't say it's the people want that. No, you want that. It's your choice, your body, your brain, your talent, your choice. Don't blame it on the dude that got you pregnant. Don't blame it on the fans, you know what I'm saying, that you want to get their money and you can't blame it on nobody. It's us choosing. We choose to promote and sell vices and poison, mental poison to our people, mental poison images to our people, physical, literal drugs and alcohol to our people. We choose to do that. So that's what we calling out. Suge Hill, I remember when Lowenbrow came out with blue and red beer advertisements. Even Duke University offered blue and red devil shirts. These monsters take advantage of marketing true wickedness. Yeah, that's like Master Chef. You know what I'm saying? It's all that Republicans, Democrats, you know what I'm saying? They know what this is. Peace, Michael Love. Salute everybody in the chat. Brother C, our enemy lets them know they can spend that money on consumer goods, but don't. I guess you got cut off. Yeah, just think about it, man. I'm talking calmly right now because it ain't nobody opposing. But if you get on YouTube and you look at, like I said, I'm fresh off of this Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg interview that I seen with Stephen A. Smith. And everybody is acting like it's cool. Everybody is riding each other's little scrotums and you know what I'm saying, pandering to each other. And like, why y'all ain't talking about the poisoning y'all doing? Same with Shannon Sharp, and everybody want to do some alcohol, or everybody want to do some weed or some strip clubs. Like, man, what, yeah, hey, man. And then want to claim God. And all I do for the children, for the kids. Shit. Yeah, all right. Y'all think y'all finessing God and his destroyer angels. Y'all think y'all finessing these reaper angels. That's what's gonna make them be vicious on you. That's what's making God and his angels be so much. They're gonna be so vicious on y'all hypocrites. Y'all think y'all can play with them. You think God can be mocked. You think God is gonna be mocked. You think you have him figured out. You finessed him. This is a sale of indulgence. You're gonna promote what you want, but then you're gonna do a little 10% tithe portion of righteousness. I'm gonna do 90% poison to my people, 90% poisoning my people with vices and you know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna pay the Lord a righteous 10% of my influence. Nigga, please. Watch what happened to y'all. Probably before the year is up, because the grace is over with. So it's sad. It's not that I want to. Yeah, man, I want to see justice. I ain't gonna lie. I want to see justice. You know what I'm saying? My definition or interpretation of justice might not be the accurate one. So that's why I ain't gonna jump off the porch and say what I really think. I'm just gonna call out when I'm supposed to call out and call out the people that I'm gonna call out. You know what I'm saying? And let God judge it how he will. Because I can't tell God how to judge nothing and how to, sentence nobody and punish nobody. I can't say it. I just gotta do my job and get out the way. Bro, see, they let those entertainers know they can spend. Oh yeah, they spend their money on consumer goods, but if they start building institutional things, that's war. Absolutely. Um, how to bring about a solution to this madness? This is the solution. The solution is destruction. But my Jabril, the solution is destruction, chastisement and destruction. So I'm not qualified. I don't have the power to destroy nobody, not physically. I can hurl some truth that can destroy falsehood, but physically, I'm not trying to claim I can destroy nothing, but I'm doing my part in helping destroy these false idols and destroy these falsehoods and wickedness and hypocrisy and cowardice. You know what I'm saying? They can't stand up to the truth. You know what I'm saying? All I gotta do is keep talking, keep walking, and it's gonna build up the necessary um parts, pieces, the atomic pieces is gonna come together. Why are our people acting like this? Elmatic said, why are our people acting like this? Yeah. Um Rob Moses, vices are pushed through family, peers, and mass media. Um, Vices are pushed mainly through the institutions, not through the families and the peers. If they wasn't allowed and created and produced by the institutions, they wouldn't even be available for the family and the peers. So you got to start at the root, the cause, not at the symptoms or the effects or the affected. Go to the cause and the causers. Where would we even get these poisons from? Where did the guns come from? I don't know no homies that got no machine shop that make guns. I don't know no homies that got, no laboratories that make alcoholic beverages or that make, you know what I'm saying? I don't know none of that. So let's go to the causers first. IT freak, salute. Can you hear me?
What's up, Cam? What's
Oh,
good,
man, you
man?
got it. What's your thoughts, brother?
Well, my thoughts on it, man, like I was telling you, man, we are descendants of the Mandanians because those were the people who wrote John and Matthew. You can do your research. And then they were known as Sabians too. And it's in the Bible. If I could
What
pull
what?
this up, let
My
me
bad.
get
Hold on a second. I thought I can hear you through this. I can't hear you through this.
Oh,
Hold
can you
on.
hear me?
All right, say something. Can you say
Okay, can
something?
you hear me now?
Yeah, yeah. No,
Can
and
you hear
it's
me
on my. It's
now?
not on your pro. It's on
Can you
my
hear
end.
me?
My end.
Oh, okay.
But so what was you saying again?
Yeah, man, do your research on the Mandaeans, bro. You're gonna find
But
out
you
these
want us
people came
to
from
know
Asia
about that because of what exactly?
because they are our ancestors, and then to let you know that's where America and Christians took the codex from.
What
And we came from Asia, India, we traveled.
I'm saying, what do
They
you want us
mainly
to know that? You want us to know that because of what?
because they was living by the Bible. They was living upright. You know what I mean? They were the one who
Wasn't they
wrote about
upright
John
before the
during
Bible?
I'm saying, yeah, the original Bible started with them with the Genza. You got a
No,
female
I'm saying you
and
you
a
talking
male
about
version.
original. You basically just talking about original black people, though, right?
Original codex, but that was
No, I'm saying,
stolen
but
from them.
why do
Because
we need to be talking about the Bible at all?
no, because I'm telling you, it still relates to who we really are. Because the thing about our people, we don't really know who we really are. We got the program history of we from Africa. But if you do the research, you'll see these people came from Asia because they ran out of Asia.
But you know
They was
not to
ran out
cut
of
you off,
India.
bro, not to cut you off. You see
I'm
you see
listening.
the subject of the talk that we having right now?
Yeah, but this is the whole point. They was the ones that really started showing us how you should really behave because they wrote the Bible. Okay, if they wrote the Bible, that's what we go by, and the Bible tells you how to live your life. Only thing you gotta do is do your research, bro. You ain't gotta take my word for it. Just do your
Well,
research, and you're gonna
bro,
start
you making
finding.
an argument. I'm not disagreeing with you on nothing. You making an argument, or you trying to make it like we're having an argument. I don't even know what
No,
you're talking
no,
about. We're talking
no.
about
What I'm saying is, our
vices.
people
We're talking about vices and poisons by rappers today.
exactly. But see, they exactly because back in those people knew how to treat each other. You know what I mean? They were okay. We get most of our we get most of our, what I want to, what's the word I want to say? We get most of like the Bible tells us how we should act, right?
No, our nature tells us how we should act.
Okay, but that's what the Bible gonna tell you anyway too.
What does the Bible have to do with any of this?
It got a lot to do with it because the Bible was stolen from the Mandaeans, and it was the Jews, the Christians, and I think the Portuguese who stole the Codex,
Brother.
and they added
Can you
their
read
own.
the topic for me right quick?
Okay, let's stick to the topic, man. The topic is
Yeah, I mean
the
that's the
whole
point.
reason why we the way we are, man, is because don't nobody really self-check themselves or really understand who they really are. Only thing we really go by is what we see. The Bible be trying to tell you, come out of this world, renew your mind. Like we came in this world, bruh. I done seen drinking. I done seen whole lot of things when I was young, bro. You know what I mean?
How
And
old
it's
are you?
things.
How old are you?
I'm 49 now.
You
49.
49?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You was
Yeah,
talking
I
like a
just got
wise
this
old.
on, man. Hey, you know, save up. You know, it's a different
No, I'm
thing,
saying
bro.
you was talking like a wise old man. Do you know how old I am?
No, man. Yeah, I think you got me. I think you got me by a year or two, right?
I'm 55.
Oh, okay. Well, you got me by 6.
So I'm just saying, if I'm putting up a topic, I'm aware of slavery history. I'm a member of the Nation of Islam. We research all of that. But the subject today that I'm
Oh,
talking about is why are
okay.
rappers who have influence over us today, not Bible, not slavery, not past,
Okay.
why are rappers today promoting and selling vices and poisons that afflict us today above, you know, them choosing to promote the morality and the health and the healing that they
Because of
know
their own
we need?
desires.
Huh?
Because of their own desires, man. We all have desires. Like it's no different from when we have desires. We might want to hit this chick. We might want to smash this chick. It's just desires people have, and people don't know how to check their desires. That's the whole problem. When you learn how to check yourself, then you understand you won't be affecting too many people. I could say, I'll give you a best example. I could be in my house, right, and drink beer and get drunk in my home, right? But I'm affecting nobody but me. But if I go outside and I'm drinking around a crowd of dudes and stuff, something bound to happen because everybody got an ego, Cam.
No, I'm saying
Everybody got an
why
ego.
are we promoting it? Like I said, if you would
You get
read, if we
paid,
just
man.
listen, if we could stay on the topic,
Free,
it says why are
free.
rappers promoting and selling? That means what you like you said, not keeping it to themselves, not I'm going to indulge in vices and poisons myself and keep it to myself, but No, I'm going to use my
No,
fame
I'm
and
not saying.
influence.
Look, Cam. The thing is, if I got into rap, I'd be getting into rap to get paid, bro, or some fame, because everybody loves to be recognized, and that's one of the biggest problems that all our people got. And then when you just boil it down straight to it, man, it ain't nothing but envy of the things that you can get in this world, because America already set this up to where we was going to be in this position. Kids look at TV, kids being raised more about TV than anything. And then to me, rap don't do nothing but just really tell you what really going on in the hood, because look around the hood, is they lying about what they say on the songs?
If they're already rich and famous, we're not talking about just beginner rappers that's trying to get some money and that's trying to get famous. We're talking about the people that's already multi-millionaires or half a billionaires or billionaires. They don't need money. They got money and fame already. Why are they
You can say
promoting?
that for the
And
Jew.
brother, can I finish?
Go
Why
ahead,
are
kid.
they
My bad. Sorry about
choosing?
that.
Why are we choosing to promote and sell vices and poisons to our people instead of selling and promoting healing and health and morality? You're already rich and famous.
Okay, but still, it's a lot of people that's rich and famous, Cam, and they still do the things they do is
I
because
asked
that's
you
their
why, bro.
device. They
If you
are.
don't know, just say I don't know.
I don't know, man, but I'm gonna put it like this. I really can't say why a rapper is rich and still do it. But then some people miss that fame, miss people up there, you know what I mean, calling it like everybody want to be a god in their own eyes, bro.
Yeah, you
You
know
know what I mean?
you misunderstand, but I appreciate you, bro. I'm gonna let somebody else get on, and I'm gonna
Okay.
keep it rolling. High Chief Priest, salute. Um, we're holding this purpose of this title is to hold the people that's presently influencing our people accountable, not no hypothetical scenarios and woulda, coulda, shoulda, if, and some of us and some people know we're talking about specific people, just like I mentioned. You're talking about the people, all of the famous rappers that is selling alcohol: Jay-Z, Diddy, Gin and Juice, Snoop, Cube. I'm not Cube. Dre, Snoop, Dre. People that's selling weed, that got their own dispensaries. People that's selling strip club or stripping. The vices. There's no need to go to no hypothetical nothing. We're talking about these specific characters that have negative influence and impact, promoting vices on our people today. Is that hard to stick to that subject? Can we stick to that subject? E40, yeah. What's that? The little wine, E40, and yeah. Why do we got to sell that? Are we selling any health sea moss? Are we selling any colloidal silvers? Are we selling anything that we just pushing that as our main thing? Why I have to be known as a drug head? You know what I'm saying? As sipping lean or weed, the weed master. Why I can't be known as the health master, the health food master, health food store, restaurant, the health food gym instead of a strip club? You know what I'm saying? You really want to help the people? You want to help our people? You want a safe space for girls? And why not do a shelter, a mother's shelter or something, or some kind of mother living home gym, health situation? Can we talk about that? That's right, Jason Martin, Styles P, and themselves. They got a juice bar, exactly, something like that. Salute to Styles P for standing on that type of health business. Yeah, the locks, because I think it's Styles. I don't know if it's all three of them, but I know at least one or two of them is involved in that juice bar. Yeah. Ryan Snoodity, they not marketable to their agenda. I mean, yeah, it's an agenda. It's definitely marketable. Everybody would be doing holistic health food, raw vegan, you know what I'm saying? if it was pushed, if we knew that it was available, but somebody institutionally is degrading the food and the farmland. Somebody is outlawing rainwater and whole organic, whole raw milk and vitamin C, and somebody is outlawing all these natural things. So why do we go along with the enemy instead of fight against the beast? Why don't we make war against the beast that is poisoning us and preferring to poison us instead of to heal us? Why do you want to go along with the poisoning instead of fight the poisoning and go along with the healing? Pedro Cabos, steaks, crops, wheat, they can sell that too. Or they can sell only that. How about they only sell that? Why do you need to sell any poison? Why do you need to sell any poison? Why do you need to promote and sell any poison? Why is that so marketable? Why did the enemy offer you millions of dollars to promote poison, and you know that, but they won't offer you hundreds or even, tens of dollars to promote healing, to promote natural healing? If you was promoting a Fauci jab, they'd probably give you some millions for that. But if you promoting something natural, you know what I'm saying, like ionic colloidal silver. Oh, let me find out. Well, I can't. Like I usually have a bottle around here. I'll grab one, but not saying buy my stuff, but I'm just proving how I walk it like I talk it. Well, what are you doing, Ken? Where's your solution? Well, I got my solution. I've been doing my solution for 15 years now. So anything you hear me so-called complaining about or checking or airing somebody else out, I'm already doing my part. You know what I'm saying? I already got a track record of doing what I'm saying they could be doing. I don't give a damn about no basketball team or no little league football team. That's not health. That's not going to save us from vices and poisons. What is that? That's not giving us a knowledge of ourselves, a knowledge of our enemy. Nah. Right. MT, where are the organic black seeded watermelon stores? Right. Man, you will make a killing, or you'll get killed. You try to heal your people with natural fruits and vegetables and herbs. Yeah, you'll be in the feds. You'll be in the feds. You'll be accused of, going against the World Health Organization or something. The consensus of what should be a cure, called a cure, or called healing, or whatever. They'll lock you up. Mm-hmm. You and Gooch are friends with the Pee Wee football coach. There's nothing wrong with being a Pee Wee football coach if that's your claim to fame. If you're a multi-millionaire and all you got going for you is talking about Pee Wee football coach, then yeah, then you shortchanging everybody. But if you're not a multi-millionaire famous rapper and you're a Pee Wee football coach, then you're a hero. Do you not understand that difference? You not understand that difference? Does that make sense? If I'm fresh out of jail or I ain't never been to, high school or whatever, and I came from doing dirt and then I started helping children and doing a Pee Wee football league or whatever, then that is righteous work. But if I'm a multi-millionaire or almost a billionaire and I've been spending my career infecting the minds of generations, demoralizing, disrespecting the youth, then a Pee Wee football team don't mean a goddamn thing. That's what I mean. Reg, what up, Reg? The key word is the enemy, right? The real enemy. Who is the real enemy? Do we know who the real enemy is? Yeah, we do, and we want to make friends with the enemy. We don't want to make war with the enemy. We don't want to make war with the beast. We want to make deals and friendships and love with the enemy. We think we can finesse God. We think we can play both sides of the fence and get money with the enemy, then come over here and act like we Robin Hood, like we robbing, like we pimping the enemy and giving it to our poor. Ain't nobody falling for that. We don't even use that slogan. Yeah. But they want to say, yeah, I'm pimping this game. I pimped this game, or I'm a pimp in the pulpit. No, it's like, yeah, all right. Yeah. So that's what we on. We on today. We're not on slavery 400 years ago and slave master Africa. We're not on that. We're on how we hold accountable our people, not the slave master people. How we hold our people accountable, because our people have chosen to make love and deals and partnerships with the slave master people. That's our problem. Our problem is our own people, our own selves. Rob Moses, it's about keeping a street/hood image while making money. That's the reason. Is a street hood? Is that true? I don't know, because the real street hood image. I mean, I don't know what people's definition of a real street image is. The Black Panthers. A real street image is the Nation of Islam. So which street hood image are you talking about? Which street image? You talking about the COINTELPRO street image? The destroyed, you know what I'm saying? Disunified, looking at your own brother as the enemy street image? That's not a street image. That's a slave image. Teaching those actors and actresses who write a couple lines on what black is, right, Brother Jay? Yeah. Yeah, and we know better. Like, that's how we can't get away with it. You know what I'm saying? We know you. We know they know better, because they grew up from among us. We taught them better. They bore witness to the black leaders of the 60s, the 70s, and in the 90s and the 2000s. They chose to sell out and do this. They chose to go get their bag because, this bag was easy, and these Satans was offering you big bags to promote this to your people. They know this. They know this. So that's why I love calling it out. I have to use my poor righteous teacher status. I have to use my poverty, my financial poverty, as a badge of honor. I got to use my financial poverty as stars and bars and rank. Instead of, saying, y'all broke, yo, you broke, and let's play big bank, take little bank, and you broke. No, according to my teaching as a poor righteous teacher, you know what I'm saying, and somebody that's willing to still go push a line with where it's no gain, no monetary gain involved, but you gaining the hearts and minds and redeeming the souls of your people. I'm never broke. I'm never broke. I'm never broke. Not in God's eyes, not in my people's eyes. So what are you going through to make you call somebody else broke when you got your money from doing Satan's bidding? You got your money and your fame and your influence from doing Satan's bidding, but you let the word broke come out your mouth to people that you know is righteous soldiers, poor righteous teachers, you know what I'm saying, that's fighting the good fight, despite y'all who love money, which is the root of all evil, which is harder for a camel to pass through the eye of a needle than a person like you to enter into the kingdom of God. You know what I'm saying? If you're into that type of stuff. We know that. We know you're scared to give up your comforts, the comforts that come with having money. When you're comfortable, you weak. When you're comfortable and you're in luxury and all of that, you weak. You can be bought. easily because you don't want to give up that comfort. You don't want to be made uncomfortable. You terrified of the idea of being broke again because you think broke is your value. You don't think your brain or your testicles is your value. You think things are your value. You think the slave master's currency with his picture on it is value. That's why you don't have a brotherhood. That's why you don't have an army. That's why you don't have people that's on your side. Thank you, Marcus. Marcus Williams. I got your Cash App. Thank you. As always, priceless to me. But they don't have no army. They don't have a nation that they can call their own that'll ride for them broke. Do you know how priceless millions of broke black soldiers are? Do you know that the Million Man March, whoever had the influence and produced the Million Man March that has the influence to have 2 million black men come to one location for a certain reason, a positive, righteous reason, is the wealthiest person on this planet. It don't have nothing to do with money because he moves men, not for money. Something else moved him. And if he can move them for that, he can move them for this. And if his soldiers move for that, they'll move for this. So all the times that you ever call these type of soldiers broke, they could have broke your neck. You think your money and your fame is what's protecting you? Your own these characters' own security would turn you over to the soldiers if they was asked. But y'all gonna see, man, in very short time, y'all gonna see these tables turn. You're gonna see those that was the head is gonna become the tail. Those who was the tail gonna become the head. Those that was left for dead, those that was mocked and ridiculed, they're gonna be the new leaders and rulers of the ones that used to have the riches and the fame and the influence and the power. They're gonna be left alone, left alive just for that. Kim, my brother, thank you, Kim. I got your Cash App. Thank you, Kim. My namesake, my brother in the land of the blacks, black, divine Alpha and Omega struggle. But that's the time that we living in. We've been blessed to be able to make it through all of this foolery and effery, all this mockery, all of this, Joseph being thrown in the bottom of the well and sold out by his own brothers. We didn't withstood that. We didn't endured it. And we here to talk to each other and, strengthen each other and make each other firm in our faith and plant our feet and say, we here, we got this far. It's this they ass. It's this they ass. If they couldn't get rid of us by now, they can't get rid of us. You endured, you have overcame. We have overcame. It's our season now, and it's marvelous in our sight. This is a great and dreadful day. Great for us, for the poor, righteous, and you don't have to mean poor. Like some people that got money, but they live low, they live poor. They, they feel the pain of the poor, of their brothers and sisters. You know what I'm saying? So they move like that. They sit on the curb and cry with their people, with their homeless people, with their starving, sick people. They ignorant people. They suffering people. That's our people. But God now is giving us the rod. He's giving us the keys. He's giving us the sword because we endured. It don't mean we was squeaky clean and nothing like that. We effed up, we slipped up, but we didn't never let go of the faith. And I'm not talking about no religious faith. I'm talking about your testicle, manhood, righteous, moral faith. The God in you, the gauge in your mind that this was right. I'm going to do more right than I'm going to do wrong. That kind of people. And you suffered because of it. You missed out on money. You missed out on relationships. You missed out on all kind of benefits because you knew it was attached to some Satan effery, some cowards, some lame, some weirdos like, nah, I'm good. I'm good. I value my integrity. I want to be able to look at myself in the mirror. I want to be able to go to sleep at night, face myself, and feel good, feel peace of mind because I know I've been true to myself and I know I've been true to people around me. That's wealth. And we made it. I'm not saying we did it 1,000%. You know what I'm saying? We slipped, we failed, but we got back up. So that even make us stronger because we prove what we're supposed to do when you slip. You don't stay down there and act like, well, man, the people wanted me to slip, so and start making excuses and shit. No, you got back up and like, man, damn, I fell off. So I got to come back even harder and make up for this and then make up for this. But we here doing it. You wouldn't even be listening to me right now if this wasn't you. If this wasn't you. We slipped, we effed up, but we here because we ready to get up and clean up and go harder and be better than we was before we slipped. We made it. So the future and the power and the keys belong to you. I'm telling you, these celebrities is through. This Diddy and all that, just the beginning. This is the beginning of this season. Watch. You're gonna be so happy that you didn't ride with this foolishness. You're gonna be so happy. You're gonna be like, damn, it was rough. You know, if I had it to do over again, I might not even choose this, but shit, since you already suffered this much, may as well go all the way and get a return, a righteous crown return on your investment, on your pain investment. You know what I'm saying? We took losses. We got heartbroken. We got left for dead. We got ailments and illnesses and afflictions and sicknesses. We got all of that for righteousness' sake, trying to stay righteous and not do no dirt and not do no crimes and go back to jail or take somebody's life. You know what I'm saying? We suffered. Just keep it, to try to keep it moral and keep it right, keep it sane and sober. Suffered in this weak ass world, this sellout, weak ass, toxic, intoxicated, poison, vice filled world. Y'all are the winners. We are the winners. I know it's rough. Shit, it's a struggle every day. You know what I'm saying? But you won. To me, you know, they really reward the ones that sell all the way out. They're going to give the ones they know sell all the way out. They're going to give them all of that. So that's not somebody that you want to envy. Yeah, of course, we should be able to pay our bills and live, you know, comfortably and be independent. But this is war. One of the main tools of war is sanctions. Starve a people out. Starve them out. Make it so hard on them and their families that they want to conform. Like, man, let's just go on and surrender, man. Let's just do what they talking about for right now. Let's just take the Fauci jab, man. Let's just do this, and let's just vote for Kamala or vote for Trump, man. Let's just, Nah, don't do it. Let's just eat some pork. Let's just eat some chitlins, man. I'm hungry, man. Don't do it. Don't be a clown just because the circus is in town. Don't be a performer. You a lion. Don't be performing in a circus, jumping through the rings and things and shit with fire and chairs, and just because the circus is in town. Don't do it. This is all over with. We at the end. Y'all waited this long. I'm telling you, you at the end. Just breathe. Just take a deep breath. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, it don't feel like you want one because, you know, just like a woman when she in labor, you know, right after the labor or right during the labor, it don't feel like it's over with. You like, hell no, I just ripped my whole uterus out. I don't feel like I won. You know what I'm saying? I feel like shit, I probably, you know, it's my last breath and shit. This took everything out of me. No, you won. You won. That's right, Ahmad Jabril. With hardship comes ease. With difficulty comes ease. Surely, after difficulty comes ease, and along with difficulty comes ease, but we don't recognize the ease when it's coming with the difficulty. We be so focused on the difficulty, we don't realize that, you know, certain things are easier. You know what I'm saying? The difficulty made certain other things easier to conquer. but we don't realize that until it's over with and we can look back on it. So with the difficulty, it produces ease, and after difficulty, we clearly see and recognize the ease. So don't run from the difficulty, run to the difficulty. Yep. AM, salute. AM said vices and poisons are so-called chemicals and biological warfare. Absolutely. Biological warfare, viral warfare, you know, the virus, all this, whether it's the HIV virus, the COVID virus, the herpes virus, the smallpox virus, cancer virus, all of these things are weapons of the enemy. And then they put a stigma on it to you and make you feel shamed. And you know what I'm saying? You know, they set us up, especially with the HIV stuff. You know, they set us up and made you think that it's a rainbow crime. I mean, you know, it's a chastisement or a punishment for being rainbow. No, that's how they flipped you and made you, you know, that all of that is weapons produced by a scientific satanic enemy. Scientific Satans, human beings. None of it is natural. None of it ever used to exist. This is how they come down on us at the end of time, having great wrath. They learn and implement sciences that they know they have kept away from us. They have to use viral weapons because they know they haven't taught us or allowed us in biology or chemistry to study into viruses and how viruses work. They saw that we was conquering bacterias, any diseases or whatever ailments that was bacteria based. We learned that real quick. They had to go in the laboratory and alter. They had to go, you know, do some gain of function research and produce unnatural viruses that are programmed to attack certain types of immune system, you know, immune cells and all of that. Human beings cause these diseases that has got rid of so many of our loved ones and made our lives hell. A real enemy did that. Don't get on no fairy tale ghosts where the Lord, it was God's will, the Lord and called her home or called him home. No, the devil, scientist, human beings, Satan, scientist, human beings took our family members out. They're casualties of war. You got somebody, loved one died of cancer, breast cancer, pancreatic cancer, colon cancer, prostate cancer, any kind of cancer. The enemy did that. Not no ghosts, not no demon spirit. A human scientist in a laboratory produced that. Now, you want to retaliate? You want to go get mad at ninjas, at some Bloods and some Crips and say, them my real enemies? Or you want to go holler at you want to do something about the real enemy? That made our life hell. Disease is hell. Disease is hell, just like poverty is hell. Ain't no hell under the ground. Ain't no hell that you can prove after you die. No, hell is here, right here where you catching it. From the people that's making this place a hell for you. Yeah, that's all products of scientists, wicked scientists. So is a nuclear bomb natural? Is a nuclear bomb natural? Why do we need nuclear bomb technology? Why do we need that? Did nature produce nuclear bombs? No. They exist, right? Hiroshima and Nagasaki, is that just a natural, some natural, like, no, that was produced. You know what I'm saying? Just like all the rest of these weapons, various weapons is produced. What'd you say, Gucci? Nah. But I'm trying to get us to focus on why we do what we do, because we worship these people. We fear them and we worship them as gods because of their power, because of their influence, because of their money, because of their media, especially us, their money and their media. And they write the laws now that allow us to be freaks, that allow us to be actual deviants, that allow us to clap our butt cheeks and twerk and get praised and rewarded for it, like it's noble, like it's cool, like that's not foul and disrespectful. We would have never did that 20 years ago, 30 years ago when we was growing up. Our grandmothers, grandfathers, you know what I'm saying, would have whooped it. But now, you know what I'm saying, oh, it's cool. We get to twerk in the White House. It must be okay. It must be okay. We get to stick our tongues out and rap about WAP and rap about scamming and finessing dudes and girls as players too. And we can say the most raunchy, whatever. And we're gonna get interviews by the president. Just think of that. Luther Campbell, Luke Skywalker got a direct line with Kamala Imhoff. Why is she sitting down and doing interviews with Luther Campbell? Why is she sitting down doing the interviews with whatever the little white girl talking about daddy or something? You know what I'm saying? That's how you like it, daddy, or something, or, you know, some little X show, like, and then these transmissions, you know what I'm saying? She's sitting down with all these, you know. So now you giving validation to this is what America is all about. This is what makes America great. This never happened in the history of the world. Nobody never promoted this. You visiting AB clinics, Planned Parenthood clinics, like you're the Planned Parenthood candidate. You're pushing for us to do that to our innocent unborn children. So who's going to stand up and speak out against it? Cube? Is Cube going to do it? Is him and his ego going to do it? Is Dr. Dre and Snoop going to do it? Is Too Short going to do it? Who's going to do it? Name some other of the biggest rappers. Is Jay-Z going to do it? Who's going to do it? Who going to talk about it? I ain't even talking about rap about it. Don't rap. Do what I'm doing. Let me hear what you have to say about it, especially during an election year regarding, you know, should we vote for a president, since y'all love rolling out Beyonce and whoever to vouch for Hillary Clinton's and all these other type people? Who gonna come out here and actually go talk raw and uncut like I'm talking about these subjects? Yeah. Kamala passed a law so that transmissions can get free transmission surgery in jail. Yeah. Right. That's our Loud Pack. Yeah, that's our reparations. That's Black people's new reparations. So since she heard that she had to say something about reparations, because we keep holding her to her words in 2020. Do you support reparations for Black people? No, I'm not going to do nothing that's only going to benefit Black people. So now she's doing something that only benefits Black people in the form of weed. That's our reparations. You know what I'm saying? 40 grams and some blunts instead of 40 acres and a mule. I'm good. I'm good on that. I don't want them reparations. Bro, you stuck on we passed that Jesus justice. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, ain't nobody on that. Rob Moses, Kamala Imhoff, and Barack Obama got that rainbow. Got them Skittles for our children. Got that taste of rainbow. Disney. No Disney for our children. Kim selling hood politics stories to the highest bidders. Like, for what? What does that even mean? Speaking on that hood politics, what's the value of that? Big Meech just got home, so now it's a whole big clamor about whether he was snitching or cooperating or whatever. Like, whatever that's supposed to mean. Is he of no value now? You know what I'm saying? Even if that's the case, if anybody told before, are you of no value for real? If you believe in God, you want to claim God when it's convenient and you in jail or you in the streets and you still want to claim God, You want God to forgive you, but then you can't forgive your brother if he told or whatever the case is. Because somebody not gonna forgive him if he took a life. If it's Bloods and Crips, like the peace treaty, the gang truce in 92, it was lives lost. It was way deeper than somebody snitched on somebody, somebody told on somebody. No, somebody, took your whole brother life. And they willing, they ready, they able to come together and pardon that. Not saying that you lovey-dovey, but they able to show respect, you know what I'm saying? That was what it was, you know what I'm saying? That's a first step towards actual peace. What's up with us in this emotional snitch rule? So snitching is worse than deleting somebody's family member then, huh? Snitching is worse than deleting somebody's family member. So you can be a whole former rider, slider, gang member that took lives, that got tattooed tears on your face. And that's not worse than telling on somebody. So fortunately in the nation, we don't throw everybody away like that. With God and Jesus or whatever, if you claim that's what you claim to believe in when you're you're in jail, you definitely gonna start believing in God or Allah or something. And Allah and Jesus that you find in jail is telling you to forgive and pardon. You know what I'm saying? But then we want to hold on to this tough guy street rules that don't mean nothing. COINTELPRO Willie Lynch street rules. Like, all right. That's why I'm tripping on how all of the biggest so-called snitches is doing the best. You know what I'm saying? They getting the most money, they enjoying their life, you know what I'm saying, while all these tough criminals, broke criminals, street code criminals, because it's all criminal activity, right? Don't you agree this is criminal activity? Snitching has to do with criminal activity, right? Snitching don't got something to do with righteous, warfare, retaliation activity. Who you gonna snitch to? You know what I'm saying? If that's what you snitching on, then that's different. But if you snitching on something that y'all was just co-criminals in, ain't no honor among thieves and liars and criminals. What made it okay for you to think that it's not criminal to murk your own brother? Snitching is worse than murking your own brother. Snitching on your own brother is worse than murking your own brother. Okay, got it. Got it. I'm still trying to figure it out. Yeah. Ninjas are scared of revolution. Last poets Gil Scott Heron and others are original conscious rappers. It's rare today. Absolutely. One thing about ninjas I do not love. Ninjas are scared of revolution. Yeah. Yankee Promoters is back. Yeah, I mean, just Hollywood period, man. Hollywood in general. Why want to be in Hollywood if you're not able to tell no healthy stories? You're just gonna keep telling the same blaxploitation type stories and show them images and make them kind of songs. That time is over with. And I'm thankful, so thankful to the Most High God, my Allah, to let me live to see and to help usher this bullshit out and usher the real ones back in. You know what I'm saying? Speaking of Usher, you know what I'm saying? I seen him at the Kamala Imhoff, whatever, in Atlanta today or tonight, along with some other characters, like all these little magicians, fruit pie of magicians. All these little fruit pie of magicians that want to Pied Piper our people back into sleep under these ghouls, these boule ghouls. All of them gonna get ousted. All of them gonna get exposed. You don't have to participate in none of this politics. You don't have to be cool and friends with none of these politics or politician pile of tricks. Yeah. So if y'all missed LA in the 90s, you missed an amazing era. Yeah. It didn't get no better. That was the epitome. That was the from 91, from 90 to 2000. From 90 to 2000, them 10 years or whatever in LA was unmatched. But everybody wants forgiveness, but nobody wants to forgive. Everybody wants to be pardoned for their crimes, but nobody wants to pardon. So I don't speak on, these dudes' politics, but they're gonna cancel themselves out, because if we can't find no kind of forgiveness or no pardoning for our own people, then we won't get pardoned. So many people that's so hard on snitches, they records, y'all will see. I'll leave that alone. Rob Moses. I lived in Compton in the 70s, 80s, and the 90s. Saw the worst of the worst. Exactly. Exactly. Yep. You've seen it from when it was farms and, white people in the 70s. White people, it was still white people a little bit in Compton. Compton used to be the home of the Grand Wizard of the KKK. When they start moving and gentrifying, getting out of, the opposite of gentrifying, getting out of Compton, because it was all farms. That's what the hood farm dog, farms, Richmond Farms, Compton was all farms. Tom Anthony Williams. Entertainers don't have morals. Generally speaking, I would agree. They don't start out like that, because the entertainers usually start out just as gifted, gifted artists. Gifted artists become entertainers. They become entertainers. And you become an entertainer by, mixing in with the industry. So now they're going to give you some people and venues to entertain, to demonstrate your God-given gift. But you have to demonstrate it like this. You have to wear this. You have to say this. You got to make these kind of songs. You got to do this before and after. You got to promote this. You got to drink this. You got to snort this. That's what takes their morals from them. They start out with morals, but they end up without them. Look at any of these little Disney girls or these little wholesome actresses, Keke Palmer or the little Haley Bailey or Haley Baileys and all of that, the mermaids and all that. They all start out so wholesome. What's the little white girl that's like 5150 now? That always doing this in the selfies and shit, half naked. That start all these little child actors, child stars. They turn into straight Manchurian candidate zombie sluts. You start off wholesome as a mug, and you turn into a straight slut. They turn you into a straight 304. Yeah. What's that white girl name? They used to be real popping, and now she went crazy. And Kevin Federline or whatever, she had a baby by her. Britney Spears, yeah, Britney Spears. All these child stars. Orlando Brown, Corey Feldman, Darius McCrary. Everybody is telling you what they're doing. You can't be in Hollywood, highly weird, and not be tampered with. So even if you're an adult and you decide, I'm gonna be a Hollywood producer, I'm gonna be in Hollywood films and movies, you're gonna have some rainbow people in your films now all of a sudden. Now you're gonna have this. Now you're gonna allow this. They're gonna chip away at you little by little. Yeah. Rob Moses. My grandparents moved in their current house in Compton back in 1964. Yep. They were the third or fourth black family on that block. Yeah, it was all white. The next year, 1965, the riots hit. White folks got the F up out of there. Absolutely right. Absolutely right. All of that was prime property. And they want it back right now. Just like they trying to take the projects back in Watts and all that. All that's prime property that they getting us up out of there, you know what I'm saying? And they moving back in. Now you go through like USC or certain places in South Central, you're gonna see white girls jogging and shit with their little dogs and shit, and Asians like, damn. Do you know what hood you in or what hood this used to be? Shit. Yeah, they taking theirs back. They taking it ain't theirs, but they taking that back. The gentrification is real. Yeah, Jam Jack. Amanda Bynes after her brain up too. Yeah. Kim say people can't conceptualize being black gods or Allah because they identify with the human self-image, which comes with a trick bag of limiting definitions about self. Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's hard. That's kind of heartbreaking. It really hurts to see how scared we are to see ourselves as great naturally. I'm talking about biologically. Our biological and mental spiritual makeup is God. It's Allah. It's already divine. I don't care what you think, what you believe, who told you the flesh is weak, and we can't never comprehend God. We can't understand. It's just sad to see. So thoroughly destroyed, so thoroughly frightened against seeing yourself as righteous. Yeah. Yep. 115 minutes from the beach. We close, this is prime location. But it won't last, Rob. You know what I'm saying? The Most High is actually calling us off out of those areas. So as they think that, they coming up and gentrifying and thinking they getting all that best property back. No, the prophecies say that he's taken us, his beloved, off of those coasts and off of those coastal cities or whatever, because he got plans for all coastal cities. He got plans. He got destruction plans for all coastal cities, all coastlines, especially California. California is going to get it the worst because it's not just with storms, but California is going to get it with the earthquakes. The great earthquake that's mentioned in the scripture that's going to break the great city into three parts, three pieces. We don't want to be in California. Those that's in California, God gonna make you leave. He gonna make you leave if you righteous. If you righteous, the Most High is gonna make you leave. I don't know how he's gonna make you leave or what the circumstances he's gonna make you leave. Or he gonna make you leave so far inland that that you ain't gonna catch the worst of what he got planned for California. And that's actually what I should say too, because it ain't just that he gonna make you leave. It's gonna require warnings like that from people like me that you should leave. So let me tell you that in the name of your most high, our most high self. If you're in California, plan to leave as soon as you're able. Plan to move out of California as soon as you're able. California will be destroyed, according to biblical prophecy, according to scriptural, I should say, prophecy. Allegedly. So if you got any money, if you got any, property already, I personally would suggest that you sell it and get this big property value that California is offering. The average little house in Compton is at least 600,000, 700,000 right now. A little hole in the wall, a little piece of wood. You get 700,000 and come to the South and buy up a whole down there city block. You have a mansion in the South. You will have so much property. So don't be scared like so many of us are. That's why we don't own nothing and we don't move around, because we don't know that it's simple. They're going to scare you and make you seem like that you can't do it. You know what I'm saying? You can't buy a house or you can't buy property or whatever. That's just stuff that they scare you with. But if you sell some property in Compton, because you at some point you got to sell it. At some point you got to understand when to fold them, when to cash out. If you think that America or California got 10 years left or 20 years left, and you're gonna turn that property over to your children and all of that, you're wrong. My job is just to warn you. You don't have to believe me. You don't have to do nothing but, just hear what I'm saying, and you can't unhear it. I would be better safe than sorry if I was you. California is too expensive, too toxic as it is. It's such terrible plans and terrible things that the enemy have already got planned and has already planted and posted up and set up for people in California. Poisons that you have no idea about. So it's best to sell any property that you got. This is my personal opinion. This is not no legal advice or whatever. This is just based on spiritual study. Get that top dollar out of that LA property and cash out and go get you some land somewhere else. Preferably in the South, somewhere where there's fertile and minerally rich soil that you can actually put plants and fruits and vegetables and animals on. Or you can build houses or, parking lots or whatever. I would do that. I wouldn't be married to no property just because you grew up there and it's the house we grew up in, and all that shit is going to get destroyed. All of it is going to get destroyed, or you're going to lose it anyway. You're going to lose it because of the technology that they're going to run on you, and the inflation and all kind of little tax laws. And you're either going to lose it or have to be forced to mortgage it or something. But so you may as well do the full thing and take a nice little property equity profit, and take it to the South and get you some land. Get you some land, even if you just rent a property. You might want to stay in California where I got to work here. Okay, get you a little apartment or something that you can afford, per month or per year. But take the lion's share of the money that you sold your property here in California and buy some land in the South and just sit on it. That's the best savings account. Land will never depreciate. Land will never lose value because it's only a limited amount of land. Land is where you can build on, you can eat from, where you can lay down at, like, you know what I'm saying? Land is what you need. That's why reparations means land. Reparations do not mean money. What good is having money if you ain't got no land? Land is the wealth. Land. You don't have to even build nothing on it. You could just have it a parking lot, for diesels or something until you ready to come to the South and live there. Just have somebody that lives in the South or wherever you're going to get, put some little blacktop down, or maybe you don't got to put no blacktop down. Just knock down some trees, put a fence around it, and say this is a diesel, storage. This is a diesel storage. And that's going to pay for itself. Yeah. Here go the link. I know I'm talking. Here's the link if you want to hop on the live with me. You won't, it's certain things that you'll never really have to worry about again once you got land. Of course, we living in Rome and they're going to try to hit you for property taxes, but that's what, $1,000 a year, $1,200, $2,000 at the most per year. You can do that. You can sell candy bars and shit and pay for that. You want something that you don't have to stress, like you work your whole life because you're trying to pay some rent. No, you want to, if you can hit a lick by selling some property because you think the property in LA is where you can do that at. No, the property in LA is already they plotting on you. It's already too expensive. I'm talking about taxes or whatever the little Satan finesses that they got for you with this land in LA. They don't got all of that going on in the South right now. So I would get while the getting is good, but hey, you know, that's just my personal opinion. James.
What up? What up, Cam? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. What up, James?
Yeah, I'm in California, but I recommend the state of Maryland over any place down south. But I want to say, I want to say this, brother. I seen your brothers at the Taste of Soul in LA today, man. It was down there on Crenshaw. The nation was out there deep. They was out there deep, and but yeah, brother, what you say about the land is but Maryland is the best place, not really them southern states for a lot of reasons. But Cam, I want to say this, man. I thought you was still in LA, man. I thought you still lived out here. I didn't know you didn't no longer lived out here. But the Crenshaw, man, is still black. When I went out there today at the Taste of Soul, that thing was black
Where
as you
you
couldn't
from,
believe.
James? Where you from,
Huh?
James? Where you from?
From the East Coast, but I live in California.
How long you been living in California?
Since 2007.
Oh, okay. Why you don't live in Maryland?
I'm working on it. I'm transitioning to get over there. But like you say, the cost of living is too high in California. It's you got to be a millionaire to live out here. That's why I'm trying to get people to move to Maryland to go
Why
ahead and
you
get up
don't
out of
move to
here.
Maryland?
I am. One day, you just can't pick up and leave LA.
Well,
It's
then
a
you
process.
can't promote, bro. You can't promote something that you ain't even doing yourself. Like I can talk about living in the South because that's where I'm at. So that's what I have done. I haven't lived in Los Angeles for maybe 12 years.
Wow, for real?
Nah, I'm lying.
I didn't know, bro. I thought you were still out here. But I'm gonna just say, man, it's still black people in Cal. It's still a lot of us. Brother Tony Muhammad on the Crenshaw, that thing was black as I ain't never seen so many black folks. So it's still a lot of us out here. But I hear what you're saying about try to sell it while it's good. But man, if you ever want to come back to visit, man, LA still popping on the show. But I'm gonna let you get back to your show, man. But you should have been on Crenshaw today, man. It was the lit. But
That's where I should have been.
it was popping on the show today, man. Black businesses, everything. The nation was there. The Israelite, everybody was on that show today. We had
That's
Crenshaw
where I should have been, right?
on the show. Yeah, Crenshaw still popping, bro. But I'm gonna let you continue with your show, though, brother Cam. Thank you.
All right, James. Peace to you.
Okay.
JLJ, thank you for the Cash App, JLJ. Appreciate you.
Oh
I got
man,
that.
I wanted. Hey, how you doing, brother Cam? I wanted brother James to stay. I had a question for him.
Well, yeah, James, you can come back on and holler at Goose for a second. Well, you know.
Yeah, brother James, please come back because I listen. First, let me start by saying assalamu alaikum, brother Cam. Assalamu alaikum, friends and family in the chat. Brother James, please come back because I listen very well.
Right.
I listen to accents. I have a couple questions for brother James. He sounds such a bright young man.
Right. My brother said I used to live in Maryland. It ain't that affordable. Right.
Well, I want to bring brother James, who's actually from there.
Well, he's not from there. He never even lived there. He said he's from the East Coast. That's what I'm like. Why are you promoting something that you never even experienced?
Yeah, I have to ask him that. Please come back, brother James.
Montega, salute, said, I just got in here, but selling morals gets you called corny. And MFers don't like to be called corny, so they be doing that BS to fit in. Absolutely, Montega. Selling morals and pushing morality, I don't even know. Is that called corny? I don't think it's called corny because the biggest soldiers and warriors that I know is moral, and they'll knock your block off. So I don't think that part is accurate. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Corny is the people that's selling their cheeks, that's selling their morals like that. That's what corny is. to
Brother
not
James, if you're
pretend to
watching,
see.
please return.
What'd you say, Gooch?
Brother James, if you're watching, please return. I have some questions for you.
Oh yeah. Man, let me see. Jam Jack, Taste of Soul brings black people out, bro. Crenshaw is not predominantly black. Even if it was like that, didn't have nothing to do with what I said. Nobody
Right.
said that black people don't live in Los Angeles. I don't know why. I don't know what bro was talking
And
about.
this is what he doesn't understand. What you saw today on Crenshaw, you see every day on Peter Street in Atlanta. Blacks,
Right,
black restaurant
right.
people coming out. That's just an
Yeah,
everyday of
every day
life.
in Atlanta is a taste of soul and shit.
Yeah. Whether you're on Peter Street, Ponce de Leon, but wherever. That's just common. So, oh, he's not coming back. Because my main question was going to be, if Maryland is such the place to be, why didn't he go there?
Well, he said he's saving up to go there. That's just like saying I wrote a book about how to make $1 million. Okay, how much money you got?
I'm saving
$85.
up to get it. Yeah, just
So how you writing a
um,
book about how you promoting how to do something, why, and you
right.
haven't done it. So
And if
I'm
you
West
haven't been
Coast.
there, how do you know Maryland is the place to be?
That's what I'm saying. I'm West Coast Cam. Like, and you just found out I'm not there. Because
Right.
I am the West Coast, and I'm so West Coast that I know it ain't no future on the West Coast.
Yeah, and I mean we've been living 50 years, and not one time in my life, Lynn Bias didn't even say, "Hey man, we should go to Maryland." Like I've never once heard anybody say, "Let's go to Maryland."
Michael Picard says people too poor to relocate out of California. Only way for some is witness relocating. Right, program, and everyone's saying to be participating in that nowadays. No, it's ways to get out of California. The natural progression out of California is Phoenix, Arizona.
Or
Phoenix,
Vegas,
Arizona. Some people
or
go to New
Nevada.
Mexico. Some people go to Oregon. Ain't there? Yeah, Colorado and Oregon and stuff like that.
Nevada, Vegas.
Yeah, Vegas. Exactly. My bad. Yeah, Nevada. So
Yeah.
that's not the West Coast no more. There go James for you, Gooch.
Hey, brother James, how you doing, brother?
How you doing? I'm doing okay.
Brother James?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yeah, I would like to see you though, if possible.
Oh no, I can't show myself online, but go ahead.
Why are you wanted by some agency?
No, sir. I just don't do it. It's too many crazy people out there. I just don't do it.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm
But
just gonna
go
ask
ahead.
you, do you think there were a lot of crazy people out on Crenshaw today? You showed your face there.
No, on Crenshaw, no, it was cool. Everybody was cool.
Oh, you
Everybody
don't think
was.
it was any crazy people? You don't think it was any crazy people walking amongst you on Crenshaw today?
Everybody I know out there was chilling today. They was with their families. I didn't see nobody acting stupid or nothing at the Taste of Soul. It,
Oh,
it
okay.
was
So you trust Crenshaw Boulevard more more than this podcast?
no. Listen. I'm not saying y'all. I'm talking about people. They in LA. Somebody they may see me and get crazy, but look, I'm just saying.
They
But
don't-
no,
what he's
go
saying,
ahead, man.
James. What he's saying is you're not from LA. They don't have to know nothing about you being on YouTube to make you a victim. It's far more dangerous on Crenshaw at the Taste of Soul, where all the beautiful black people is at. Have you not heard the stories of how to get got in Los Angeles? It's at the beautiful functions where so many black people is. It looks so beautiful, don't it?
I don't think if you watch the news tonight, KTLA, you ain't gonna hear
Okay,
about
okay.
no violence
Brother
happening on
James, Brother
Crenshaw.
James, Brother James, let me tell you this. I grew there. You flew there. I'm from Los Angeles, right? That street you were on today for a couple minutes, couple hours, we dominated that street for years. There's nothing you can tell me about Crenshaw Boulevard.
I've been in LA for about 17 years. I hung out on the Shaw, but I'm just saying today, it wasn't no issues. Bro, it was so much
How you know
love
it
out
wasn't no
there.
issues, bro? How you know it wasn't no issues?
What I seen, I didn't see no issues
No, I
out
didn't
there. I
say
just
what you
seen.
seen. How do you know it wasn't no issue? Do you know how LA people move? If they want to victimize somebody, do you know how that movement goes? How that looks?
You don't think it got robbed on Crenshaw today?
No, I didn't, bro. Not It was no. Okay. Look at KTLA News tonight. They're not gonna say nothing about
James. Where are you from, James? Because you're not
I'm
from
from
the
back
East Coast.
east.
Your country is corn. You have a country accent. Where are you from?
I'm from back east, man. I'm from the East
Where?
Coast,
Where?
near Maryland,
Don't tell me
Virginia.
near. Where? Where?
Okay. I'm from Virginia.
Okay, Virginia's the South.
Right. Okay.
Okay, so don't say the East Coast. Virginia's the South.
They on Eastern Standard
No,
Time,
no,
but
no. I
go
don't care
ahead.
what time is on. Virginia is the South. If you go to Google and say what are the Southern states, Virginia is one of the Southern states.
Maryland's
You know
one
that,
of the
right?
southern states. Okay. All right. You got it, man. Go ahead.
I know I have it. See, I hear the country in you. So when you say the East Coast, I know you're lying.
They on Eastern Standard Time. But
Okay,
man, what y'all got against Crenshaw though, and the Taste of Soul? Like there was
okay.
ain't no.
See, what? No, we don't have anything against it. We have something against someone that's not from our town telling us about it.
Bro, I can tell you it was no violence today.
You
I
can't
can
tell
prove
me
I was
anything
there.
about Los Angeles, California, and Crenshaw Boulevard.
So you would only say it was violence if it showed up on the news, huh?
Bro, Cam, if you would have been out there, nobody was acting stupid.
Bro. The first thing you just told me on here is FOI was all over the place, right?
Yeah, they was there. The Hebrew Israelites were there.
Do you know what type of communication and relationship I have with the FOI in Los Angeles?
No, I don't know.
Do you know the communication that I had today with FOI in Los Angeles?
No, I don't know. No, I don't know. But from what I seen,
do you think perhaps I'm probably more aware and tapped in with any violence that happened today than you are?
But I was there. I was at the event, but okay, Cam, you got it. But I was at the event myself. I didn't see nothing. I seen everybody out there selling food, everybody walking around. I seen people playing the drums. I seen people selling their books. That's what I seen. I didn't see no craziness.
Are you omnipresent? Are you a lord? Are you at multiple places at the same time?
No, I'm not. But I was there. I got there about 1 o'clock. I stayed from about 1 to about 3.
Okay, that didn't answer my question. How what would you say your measurements are? Like how wide are you?
Okay, you win. All I was saying is that the Crenshaw today, it was lit, it was cool, it was love, and I didn't see no problems.
Here's another thing. For you to be excited about Crenshaw further lets me and Cam know you're a rookie to this.
Especially if you've been there for 17 years. If you've been there for 17 years and you're excited about
Crenshaw, I don't know, man. I don't know. Where in Los Angeles do you live?
I live in downtown.
Skid Row?
No, not on Skid Row, but I live down. No. I live downtown, but not on Skid Row. No, sir.
And you're excited about Taste the Soul on Crenshaw?
Not just me. About 1,000 people was excited to go down there to see. I'm just saying it. Like I give you an example. When they had a Martin Luther King Day event, they had that on Crenshaw.
Bro. Let me stop you, brother.
You know how many people get killed on Martin Luther King?
Do you realize who you talking to?
He don't know. I'll be back.
That's incredible, man. Y'all incredible. It's a whole lot of Christopher Columbuses be on here, man. You discovered Crenshaw, huh?
I didn't discover. I just hung out there today. Like I've hung out on Crenshaw before.
Have you ever seen one of my videos?
Which one?
No, any of them. Are you familiar with me as a rapper?
Yeah, Keep the Peace. You had a song called "We Got It" where Farrakhan was in the background and you was rapping over it.
Keep the Peace.
Ain't that one of the?
Yeah, that's one of them. Do you know what the first one was with the word peace in it?
No. I just know like
blood and Crip gang truce.
Okay, you had a lot of them, Cam. That's what I'm young.
Yeah,
I was
you
a kid.
Christopher Columbus. you discovered America. You discovered Crenshaw. The people that was already on Crenshaw is they didn't exist until you discovered it.
No, I'm just saying I've been on Crenshaw before, but I'm just saying today I'll give you another one. Like when they had a Juneteenth festival, it be popping on Crenshaw. In LA.
In LA, right?
Yeah, on Crenshaw. On King. It's right there.
So you're trying to tell you're trying to tell the architects of LA about LA.
I mean, I'm sure you know about the Shaw. I'm just saying it was lit today.
I'm talking about LA. We're not talking about the Shaw. You just mentioned Martin Luther King and all that. Anywhere you mention, the indigenous Indians was already there. We built it.
Amazing, man. This is amazing.
So Peace Treaty was my first single. 1992 Gang Truce. I shot the video on Crenshaw. If you ever seen Boys in the Hood movie in 1991, every single weekend where they on Crenshaw, that's my song in the background.
Okay. Yeah, by Nipsey Hussle. It's like you know. No.
How old are you?
Like between Crenshaw and Slauson. I mean, he had a store over there.
How old are you, man?
I'm 39. 39. I'm 39.
So you've been in LA for 17 years and you're 39. So that means you got there at what age?
21.
Your math is bad.
Oh man, look with my brother, my older brother.
Okay, look, James, we go. Okay, look. Okay, James.
What y'all got against the Shaw?
Why you keep on saying somebody got something against the Shaw? What is wrong with you, man? Are you on medication?
No, but I was just saying, like Crenshaw, it's the best place, and it was lit today.
You had something against the Shaw.
Okay, yeah, okay, Cam, you win.
No, it's not you win. Listen to what the hell you saying. Why are you suggesting that somebody got something against the Shaw? That's real estrogenish. That's real feminine. Like, why would you suggest that we got something against the Shaw?
Okay, man. I'm just saying, like, I just said Crenshaw was the thing today. Y'all was like, saying like y'all saying it's not a good place.
No, this is what we're saying, Brother James. I'm not going to say Brother James. I'm just going to say James. That as a black male from Los Angeles, if you were to invite us to Crenshaw today, we would look at you like an alien. Like that would probably be the last place we would want to go.
Do you realize if a person built something, it's just like saying, that's like telling Raymond Washington, man, I went to this Crip meeting. You know what I'm saying? Man, he don't want to hear nothing about a Crip meeting. I'm saying, rest in peace. Like, why are you excited about something that we left behind? We left that.
Okay, but I was just saying to take the. I'm gonna just say this. It was a real cool, positive event. Like I go every time they have something on Crenshaw. Like when they had a Martin Luther King thing, I go to that. When they had
you must have met a female. You got a number today? You got some female number?
Yeah, because I know people who get shot at Martin Luther King parades.
Ain't nobody got shot at not at last year. Not at I seen the mayor there. Karen Bass was there. Ain't nobody get shot at Martin Luther King.
So you're trying to say like today you were there from 1 to 3. So you can't account for anybody who got shot from 3 to 8.
It was over with about 7 p.m.
Okay, so is there a possibility somebody could have got shot, robbed, stabbed in those last 4 hours?
It's a possibility, but I don't. Not from what not from what I seen, bro. I just seen the music playing.
You didn't see? Oh man, talk to him, Cam.
Oh man, bless your heart. You know it's all love, James, but you don't know what the hell you talking about.
Nah, come on, man.
You saying this? We ain't saying that. You telling us how great the new world is. You know what I'm saying? It's Indians there. It's like a beach there. It's like food and black people. Like, oh, for real? Okay. I thought I was born and raised here, but okay, if you say it, if you say so.
I mean, I like the Crenshaw. I liked the event the day they had. I think it was nice.
I understand. I'm just asking, did you get some numbers today? Did you get a pretty girl's number today?
Nah, I didn't. No.
You get a dude's number?
No, man. What kind of questions are these? No.
Hey, I'm just trying to see why you so excited.
Brother, everybody was excited to be on Crenshaw. Everybody was excited to be there. When I went, I'm gonna say this.
Nobody just acted like it was regular.
No, the music was playing. They had a big stage, and they had like 3 of them.
They
One
have
going
that
there
every year, brother.
For the past 25 years.
That's like you trying to tell. That's like you trying to tell Jermaine Dupri about the Freaknik. Like he missed out on the Freaknik this year.
Brother James, are you aware that when Crenshaw was at its hottest in the 90s, that we used to hang out there for hours and hours and hours at a time, 4 days a week?
No, I went in LA in the 90s. But no, I take it. Yeah, I take your word for it.
So the question my bro just asked: how did the focus go from us talking about the future of California real estate to you celebrating Crenshaw?
I'm just saying that LA wasn't dead, but yeah, if you want to leave California,
whoever said LA was dead?
Oh, okay. I didn't say you said it was dead, but seemed like you said it ain't got but 10 more years or something. I don't want to put words.
What am I talking about? That's just like saying Sodom and Gomorrah ain't got but 10 more years. Sodom and Gomorrah was cracking. That's not why it didn't have 10 more years and shit. It's cracking. Yeah, I'm sure it's cracking.
James. Oh, okay. James, let me ask you a question. What's in Maryland?
Oh, it's a prosperous black communities there, like Prince George County.
How do you know?
Oh, I got my relatives that live there. I got cousins in Maryland.
Okay, so you don't know. Okay, hold on. Stop. Slow down. So you can believe your cousins that live in Maryland, and you've never been there, but you can't believe us, me and Cam.
Who said I never been to Maryland? Who said I never been there? I've been there. I just don't.
Because when I asked you, you just didn't know.
No, I'm saying
I'm from Virginia, but I've been there. I've been there. Yeah, I visited. I visited.
You lived in Maryland?
No, visited, not lived there.
Well, you live in Los Angeles, right?
Yeah, I live in LA.
Why
yes, sir.
You live in Maryland if it's the best place to live?
Because I'm living in LA
and you
now.
Got cousins there.
In due time, I'm making a transition, but right now I'm just in LA.
How can you afford LA when it's more expensive than Maryland? Why wouldn't you be in Maryland if it's the best place to live and you got family there?
I just like LA a little bit better right now. You know?
Then why should we like Maryland? Why should we listen to anything you talking about?
It's better than Maryland is better than a place like a Mississippi or a Louisiana. It's better there.
How do you know?
How do you know Maryland's not?
Oh Lord.
We didn't suggest it. You the one who suggested it. We're asking you, how do you know?
You sound like Pee Wee Herman a little bit. I know
Man,
what you are, but what am I?
See, let me tell you how it works, James. Usually when people have suggestions, they have some type of expertise on why they say it, right? We're asking you, just say we believed you, and me and Cam were willing to pack up everything right now and go to Maryland. Why? Why are you telling us to do this? Why? What are we? What's ahead of us?
It's the best place. They got the HBCUs that when I visited, they had the best HBCUs there.
Nobody cares about that, James. You're in a city where they have USC and UCLA, Stanford, some of the most predominant universities. Nobody cares about HBCU. That's like going to the 13th and 14th grade. Nobody cares about that. What is good about Maryland?
I thought they HBCUs. You have a higher
James,
percentage of black.
James, I'm going to
Brother,
say it one
you
more
have a higher
time.
percentage of black people. You have a higher percentage of black people in Maryland. Black people in Baltimore
Okay,
make up
once again,
60%.
you're not naming anything that makes Maryland good. What makes Maryland good?
They got a higher percentage of black people, percentage wise.
It's a high percentage of people in Atlanta. There's a high percentage of people in Mississippi. It's a high percentage of people in Atlanta. Once again, name something specific that makes Maryland appeasing to move to, and why would you suggest people to move there?
From what I seen, the number of people, black people,
Seen
the
it.
number of black businesses, brother, the number of black businesses they got there in the DC and Baltimore area, right? Some of our greatest come from Maryland. From what I seen, our ancestors built Maryland, going all the way back to
Our
Benjamin Banneker.
ancestors built the country. Man, I can't do this, man. I'll be back.
What part of America did our ancestors not build, James?
They built it all, but they built Maryland though, specifically Benjamin Banneker. He built the DC.
They built Maryland specifically, and they didn't build the rest of America specifically.
They built a lot of America, but Benjamin Banneker, I know that brother. He's bought land for us in Maryland, so we can set a land up there for us. We should go claim
land, so we got free land if we go to Maryland right now.
No, we can buy it, just like you say we can buy it in the
land
South.
Anywhere, bro. Why would you bring up his name? He didn't buy no land for us.
He owned land in Maryland because he wanted black people to settle there.
He bought land for us.
What? You know what I mean, Cam?
Oh man, come on, bro. Come on, bro. You say you 29? You say you 39?
39.
I know what words mean. Why would you be saying something as a 39-year-old man that don't really mean what you're saying? And then you're gonna ask me, come on, you know what I'm saying? You sound like Kamala Harris. Do you vote?
No, I don't vote. I don't vote for neither party. It's a waste of time.
The Taste the Soul is a waste of time.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't no waste of time, man. It wasn't no. Why you say that? It was cool.
Now, how was it cool if you didn't get no numbers?
Man, it was cool. They had food. They had everything out there you wanted.
Food at every restaurant. They got food at the grocery
store. No, man. No, bro. They had every kind of food you wanted. Barbecue.
They got every kind of food in a restaurant.
Oh man, they have every type of food you want at a smorgasbord.
And you got a girl? Do you got a woman in LA?
No, you don't have a woman here.
You do?
Yeah.
Did she go with you?
Nah.
Why she didn't go with you to the Taste of Soul?
She was at work.
She was at work.
Yeah.
On a Saturday?
Yeah. People work on Saturday in LA. They work Saturday, Sunday.
Why are you out playing around at the Taste of Soul and your woman at work?
No, brother. Come on, Cam. Everybody was there. Your
woman wasn't there. She was at work.
Brother, everybody was at that event, brother. It wasn't just me there.
That's the most important person that you need to be worried about.
She was at work.
Why you didn't, pay for her to get off so y'all can go enjoy that wonderful Crenshaw day together?
Yeah. No, she got to make her money.
Her money? That's your woman?
Yeah, she make all money.
Why you couldn't pay for her day off to enjoy that beautiful day that you keep on talking to us about?
Nah, man. Nah, she can make her own money. But man, okay, Cam, you win, man. You win.
I'm not trying to win. I'm trying to understand you.
All I ask of you is understanding.
Okay, man. You win, Cam. But if you ask some of your brothers in the nation, I bet you they'll tell you it was popping on the show today.
They was working, bro. They was working. They wasn't there, in entertaining themselves. They were securing your life because they know how real it is in the field out there. You apparently don't. They was making sure you could feel good about it like you feeling right now. Did you talk to any of the brothers?
I seen them. I gave them the nod.
Did you talk to any of the brothers?
No, I didn't talk to them, but I seen them with the newspaper and everything.
Did you buy
Right.
one?
Nah, I didn't buy one.
So you didn't even support my brothers, and you telling me how exciting it was, how many black people was there. You didn't even support my brothers, and you talking to one of them. Ain't that something?
But bro, I seen the Israelites out there too. I didn't get none of they. I couldn't. I was just
You're not
walking
talking
around.
to an Israelite. You're talking to a FOI right now.
Okay.
Why you didn't support my brothers, man?
I had it was so much going on, brother. I didn't try not to, but I just kept moving with the crowd.
Oh. Okay. All right. Before you go, because we needed this. So Maryland is the place to, or Landover, Maryland. What part of Maryland?
What do you mean? What part of Maryland? It's a big state.
Oh my God. Okay, listen. So if I say move to Los Angeles, it would.
What city part to live in? Take your pick. Prince George County, outside of DC, or you can go to the Baltimore area.
We don't know
we don't know. So educate us, please, since you know so much.
You said you know the best place, and that's where Benjamin Button or Joe Buttons or Banneker or something like that.
Benjamin Banneker.
Yeah. So
where's that spot at? So we can go get our land.
You can move. To me, I like the Baltimore area because it's cheap to live.
No. Okay, Baltimore. Okay, Baltimore. So, being that Baltimore has one of the highest crime rates in the country.
Can I just get one word in?
Not right now. Being that Baltimore has one of the highest crime rates in the country, that's where you want us to move?
Oh, let me get one word in. Baltimore is cheaper than Atlanta. Huh?
Baltimore has one of the highest crime rates in the world. That's where you want
Memphis, Tennessee got a higher crime rate. Memphis got a way higher crime rate than Baltimore. Memphis does.
Ain't not about Memphis. Nobody said anything about Memphis.
Okay.
You kind of bored. Where your wife? Your woman still at work?
Yeah.
Was she a police officer?
What? I can't hear you.
You said is your woman a firefighter?
No. Yeah. It's just 9 in LA.
Yeah, that's still late.
Yeah, you got there at 1 o'clock. That's 8 hours ago, right?
I got there from 1 to 3.
Okay, so it's 9 o'clock now, right?
It's 9:38.
Okay, most people work 8-hour shifts, right?
No, she's still at work, bro. She's still gone.
What?
I'm in Maryland. There's a lot of places.
In Maryland.
Now he reading the comment.
Okay, doing what?
She at work. She work. She do security.
She do security.
Yeah. Man, James, this isn't looking right, bro.
Everybody in LA works security. You know, if you know anything about LA, everybody got a security job.
He said if we know anything about LA, everybody works security. Jeez Louise, brother. Bless your entire whole heart.
James, you
telling us what everybody in LA work, right?
A lot of people in LA do security.
That's what a lot of people in LA do, right?
No, they don't.
Especially not no women. Ain't no black women working no security.
Yes, they do. In LA, they do. Yes, they do.
I'm from LA, bro. You saying a lot of black women work security in LA?
A lot of black people do security. Women, men, yes, they work security.
Women. I said black women. Your wife is a woman. Your girl is a woman or a man?
A woman.
Okay, so we talking specifically about your woman being a black woman working security. So you saying a lot of black women work security in LA?
Yes, a lot of people work security. Women, men, yes.
People. Stop ducking and dancing. I said black women.
Yes, black women work security in LA. Yes, sir. Yes,
How many is a lot?
A lot. When I'm riding the train, when I'm on the buses,
How many is a lot? Give me a number. Give us a number.
I don't count every woman that do security in LA, but a lot.
Then
When
why
I
do you
see
say a lot?
it is from what I see is a
What's a
lot.
lot? Give me a number.
A lot. Damn, come on, man.
Don't say
So,
the word
I
a
don't know.
lot.
I can't
okay,
give
do
you a
you think you see
specific
more than
number.
10 women a day in security uniforms?
Yeah, when you go downtown, you go to Hollywood, they in security uniforms.
All right, let me say
I
something.
be,
Cam and I are 50 years old, lived in Los Angeles 50 years, and we haven't seen 10 women in security uniforms in 50 years.
no, I
So,
see them.
What kind of security?
They work in different places, brother. I don't know. They could work in any
You
place. They
don't
could work
know.
the brother. I don't follow them around like that, but they
You the
have
one
security.
brought
They
it
work
up. You said
security
it's a
guards.
lot. I said, so what kind of security? How do you even know they security guards?
It said on they the coats they have on. They have those jackets on with those patches on there. It say like securitized.
So
And
how
companies
many do you see a day?
brother, I don't count them on my hand, but I see them.
Why did you bring it
Okay,
up? Then why did you bring it up?
you asked what my wife does, my
No,
girlfriend does. I
said
said
a lot. You said a lot of women, black women, do security. You brought that up.
they do. A lot of women and men work security in LA.
That's why. That's why I brought. That's why I said that because you brought it up.
Okay, Cam. You got it, man. Is there
okay,
anything
what
else?
kind of job do you have? What do you do?
Huh? I make money online.
If you come in here, what kind of job do you have?
I make money on the internet.
Doing what?
Doing
I
what?
sell stuff online. You can sell stuff online and make money.
Okay, what's your website? I'll go there right now and buy something. Right now.
No,
What's your
no, no, no.
website?
I sell stuff on Amazon and other places.
Okay, give me the link and I'll buy something right now, live on the air. Hold on, let me grab my other phone. Talk to me. I'm about to grab my other
You got a
phone.
promo code, right? How you
Huh?
you if you
I
sell on
do. I
Amazon,
sell
that
on
means
different.
you have a link that's gonna go straight to you. That's how you get your commission.
Right.
So he's saying, what's the link?
All right,
What's the info?
No, I don't have
what's
no.
the site?
I
Let me
don't
go
have no
buy
link
something
right
right
now.
now.
You don't have no link right now,
Tell
so
me
you're not working right
I'm
now.
gonna buy something right now. What is it? I'm waiting
No,
for you,
but
brother.
it's a lot of websites you go on. You can go on. It's one on the Play Store. I use that one to sell
I
most of
want
my
to go to
stuff.
no. Listen. I want to go to your particular site. Me and Cam are we're gonna buy something from you right now. Where can we find you, brother?
I told you I use. Sometime I be on Amazon. I be on a couple sites. It's another site. Hold on, wait a minute.
Okay, listen. Being that this is something you should know. This is your business, right?
Yeah, I sell stuff online. Like I sell T-shirts. I sell stuff online. I sell it in
Yeah,
the
but
street sometimes.
if I ask Bill Gates what's the name of his company, he's not gonna say, "Hold on, let me see." He's gonna say Microsoft.
Hold on.
So how can we buy your merchandise online right now? Your
Yeah,
shirts and
what do
whatever
you
you
sell?
sell.
Yeah, James.
Hello?
Hello, James.
He's still there, but he's just choosing not to answer. Devon said Craigslist. You on Craigslist?
Okay, we want to buy something right now. We're gonna make a donation to your business. Maybe we buy a shirt or something. My niece just had a birthday. If you have something that'll fit her, that'll help my niece, his daughter, and your wife so she can get off early.
James
James?
gone. Yeah, no, he retreated. He
No, he
logged.
didn't retreat.
Yeah, he logged off.
Oh, that's what we thought, James. James, you have to realize that you're not talking to average dudes, man. That we go deep beyond the surface. We knew you were playing when you got excited about the taste of soul.
Right. And he wasn't trolling. You just that type of personality, no disrespect, but we're fascinated about people. We're into people and what makes people tick. And you definitely are very interesting, brother.
Let's see what our people are saying. What are they saying, Brother Cam?
Jam Jack say, what what you said. What do you think James actually sells? Seashells by the
Dreams.
seashore. Timbo say you a janitor. Shit, I am. Say you a janitor. I am. I think a janitor is a very noble, reputable, respectable
Yeah,
profession.
they make things clean for us.
Hell yeah, and
You
they
know.
got benefits. My man is at Chase the Soul walking around, you know what I'm saying, excited while his woman at work.
OG Snake said, "We're not your little homies. You can't tell us anything in your mate's voice, huh?"
Right.
What's up, Gio? What's the Sister Jackson said? St. Albans,
Um,
not too
loved by a few, hated by many. He said, my son live in Compton. I've been in LA County since 2017 and haven't seen a lot of so-called black women in security. Yeah, I lived in LA my whole life. You know what I'm saying? Women don't even want to work security. So maybe, you know, you've seen some new modern rainbow bright wannabe equality feminism stuff in the last 2 or 3 years. You know, that's possible.
Or maybe they had a stripper outfit up under the jacket. But sister's not gonna do too many jobs where their life might be on the line.
Right.
Uh
GOW said, Goose, what's good, bro? Redondo and Edgewood.
oh, what's going on? Hey, what's going on, Gio? Oh wow, that's amazing. That's well, I used to live over there on Sycamore. What's going on, fam? How you doing, Gio? Bless.
Yeah.
Yeah, we make a good team, man. This is fun because I don't know if we would have pulled that out of him because you would let me go. I just
You do. Like once I tap out, then you tap in. So that's what keep it going.
yeah. And then when he said he was from the East Coast, and I knew he sounded like Howdy Doody, I heard the country in him. I'm like, that's not an East Coast accent.
Man.
Oh no, you know, I'm from blah. Okay, and you know what? We never found out what's so good about Maryland. He never answered that one. There's a lot
I
of
mean,
black business.
I talked to him before, and he was saying something, you know, that you know that you
He said
wouldn't
that
listen
before
to
on the
twice,
line.
huh?
He brought that up before.
Yeah, and I give people respect and hear them out. So I heard way more than I needed to hear. You know, I let him get it all the way off, but you know, I'm not going to double back on the same conversation 2 and 3 times. So if you keep on talking about the same thing, then I'm gonna do you what like we just did you today. Okay, what's so good about it? Do you live there
Right.
yourself and this and that? Like, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna turn you into content.
Okay, Gio. Cam is gonna throw the link out. Solo Cam is gonna throw the link out. Rob Moses Cam is gonna throw the link out. Come on up, man. I grew up in San Diego and LA, family in both cities. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
King X. Brother, you says assalamu alaikum, brother. There's the link, you guys. Please come up. We
Yeah,
love to hear from you guys.
we still can talk about the subject at hand, which is why are rappers like my rap peers, our generation, promoting and selling vices and poison instead of morality and health and
I
righteousness?
think,
Why are
I
we
think
pushing vice?
poison is gonna coat their pockets a little bit better. They're too lazy to make righteousness pay in the long term. They want something that's gonna, stack their pockets right now. They really don't care about the outcoming of their people. They
Right.
just want to buy a new Ferrari and go on, trips with IG models. They don't care about the community. Number one, because those of them who have been blessed to make a couple million no longer live in that community they used to live in.
Yeah.
So
Why don't you let's talk about this real quick. Salute Black Native, say Cam, those bean pies on the site, brother. Put those bean pies. Yeah, we're actually gonna do that. There go Gio. What's up with you, Gio? Gio. Can't hear your mic.
what's going
Can't
on,
hear your
Cam? How
mic.
you doing, brother? Yeah, there you go. Go by the door is a little switch, and when you hit it, a light comes on. How you doing, brother?
We can't hear you.
Get your mute off.
No, you ain't even on mute. Something going on with the phone.
Okay.
Right. My brother said if he would have walked up on some G's on the block talking like that, boy. Vic.
Yeah. His pockets would have been rabbit ears.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now. Welcome, brother. Good seeing you, man. How you been, brother?
Man, I've been blessed, man. How you been, bro? It's been a minute.
I've been blessed, man. You know my brother Cam? That's my brother Cam right there, brother.
Of course I know Cam. What's good, bro?
Man, you got it. Salute.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
What's
this Cam.
What's
How you
your
been,
thoughts,
though,
Gio?
man?
I've been
What
good.
we
Do me a favor,
What we
Gio.
talking about?
Cam is gonna okay. Well, Cam is gonna tell you what we're talking about. Let me get some water. I'll be right back. Hold on.
Got you.
Ain't nothing super major. It's just a question, like, you know, because I've been kind of going in on my peers of my generation that still want to sell vices and poisons and weed and alcohol and strip clubs and all of that instead of pushing health and morality or, you know, stuff like that. So why are we still doing that, promoting and selling poison and vices to our people instead of using our influence to heal or push health or push moral, you know, morality or righteousness? They got the money, they rich, they famous already. So why they ain't trying to help heal us? No, you froze. You froze the Wi-Fi, something. All right. Well, if you come out of it, we'll get you back on.
Oh man, Gio, man. Okay.
You froze.
Y'all
I'm
get to see
adding
my
that
hair.
R proof because most money is in vices. Is it? Most money in vices? I disagree. Money is in anything: food, clothing, and shelter. We have to have that. That's not vices.
But like I've said, Cam, anything that's positive, they're gonna have to work harder at it, and they're trying to suck the blood out of our people. They're no different than the people who sold us the poison in the first place. They just joined the team with them. That's all. You know, they'll do a St. Ides commercial, but they won't do a juicer commercial because
Right.
that's not appealing to them. They
Yeah,
can't have they could have the girls in there, but you know, does a hardcore rap beat go to a juicer commercial? It can if you make it. I don't think they understand the power they have, the marketing ability they have when used correctly.
They do. It's just the devil, the enemy is not offering them no big check, no big advance for that. So they selling out. That's all that is. They know that they're being used to sell poison. They know that they can use that influence just as easy to sell health and to push health, but they choosing not to do it. So they're enemies.
Okay, welcome back, Gio. So what Cam and I were talking about, why do you think our hip hop icons don't concentrate more on being more positive and selling positive products?
Why do I think that? Shit. To be honest, the devil, man, he working, bro. He on overtime right now. And I'm not religious. I'm spiritual. And I just see it's real easy right now these days to play with the devil, bro. It's ain't nobody got God in their heart, bro. Like real talk. Nobody going to church. Not saying you should go to church. Nobody reading the Bible, talking about God. It's all on demon time right now. So yeah, man, the devil really working right now, man. For real, for real.
Do you think us as black men are supposed to be the ones to bring law and order? You know what I'm saying? To reestablish law in the community. Like, if everybody lawless, who's going to enforce the law? Like, this community got police and judges and all of that. So that's human beings that we all know is what it takes to bring a community into law and order. So what do you think is going to take for our people, especially our women and youth, to get in order?
I feel like as Black men, we gotta for sure set a better example out there for our youngins. Stop being what's that stop being, what's the word I'm looking for? So judgmental towards the young, because these little motherfuckers, they don't know shit, bro.
Right.
When I was young, I didn't know shit, bro. So being all judgmental and shit and picking on them and shit, like you gotta show.
Uh-oh.
You all right, Gio? You good?
Nah, he went into Area 51 Bermuda Triangle again.
He'll get it right. Okay, is he back? Welcome back, brother. Welcome back.
Say something. Yeah, somebody probably trying to call him or something.
Yeah. Okay. He was kicking a little something, but I don't know, Cam. I mean, what you do is great. No one, I mean, other than us, and and you're trying to actually help your people. I don't want to make it sound like I'm doing another commercial for you, but when I was bedridden and you sent me the silver, Colloidal silver, I got to it and saved me, man. So that helped me more than any weed pack someone could have sent me, or malt liquor, or liquor, they could have sent me. So I appreciate you for it, but I don't know, man. We living in weird times, brother. Very weird times.
Yeah. And it's it's the emotional thing. It's these enemies that cater to our emotions. So now emotions is the law, feelings is the law, instead of provable disciplines, what I'm saying, treating people the way that you would be treated, doing unto others as you would have others do unto you, and recognizing the natural, the natural order, the natural law chain of command of males and females and youth and elders and respect and people that got experience and mastery in areas that we don't. Everybody think that they're equal. Everybody think because we living at the same time, breathing the same air, that we equal.
Man, just to think about how many bottles of Colloidal silver you could have sold that taste the
That taste the soul. Matter of fact,
taste the
hold on, let me
soul.
grab this.
Of
Because
course,
those that didn't, hold on one second.
Okay, I'll hold it down. Hold on, let me read some of the comments. First, let me thank you guys for joining in and watching. Thanks for celebrating my brother Cam. Let me see. You said it already. It don't benefit. There's no benefit to him, right? Let me see. You don't have to.
There we go.
I juice every day. Good, Sister Natasha. Let me put more.
Ionic colloidal silver for those that ordered already. It been a delay, but anybody that got late orders that haven't received your order yet, I have put either extra bottle or 2 extra bottles in your order for the delay, because the shipping strike and all this stuff, the hurricane Helene and Milton, the slowed down all kind of stuff. I got a new mic right here. This is something in a little, I can't show it, but the little mixing board pad now. That's why I sound different. And I got a little camera and all that, but it just now came after 2 weeks. It was 2 weeks late. So it's a whole lot of mails that's getting delayed. So for all the people that ordered ionic colloidal silver, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, these are $40 in the store. So if you caught a sale for $17, or if you got it for $20-something, whatever it was, if your order is late, I'm gonna add an extra bottle or 2, depending on how late it is.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So don't think I forgot about y'all, and I know y'all need it and y'all got it for real, because you want to be prepared for this flu season and all of that. So I just wanted to say that.
Brother Cam, not to get off the subject too much. On your mix board, how many sounds are you available to have? 8 or 4?
3, 6, 9 times 3, probably probably 20, 30. Like,
okay, so you got to get a clap. You got to get applause.
Hold on, let me see if I can hear this. I don't even know. Can you hear what I just hit?
All right, let's hit it.
Damn, it's not. Yeah. No, it's not. I can't even hear it. Maybe I turned something down, whatever. But anyway, let me see if I can show you.
Okay.
Because I'm just learning it right now, so I don't know exactly what to do.
Okay, let's go. Let's help Brother Cam through this. And if it's anybody in the chat that's technically inclined,
It's the
please come
Zoom.
live.
It's the Zoom podcast PodTrack P8.
All right, let's see. Okay.
So then it's the little keypad that you hit with the sound effects and all of that. So,
Okay.
but I ain't got all the way into it. But I've been waiting on this for a couple of weeks. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So 2 weeks delayed. So it's a lot of stuff going on in the mail. If y'all trying to send mail right now, it's a lot of stuff that's backed up. So I just
Well,
want
one
y'all.
thing I know, I mean, when you get into something, you're gonna learn it. You're gonna have hand claps. You're gonna have applause.
Yeah.
You're gonna have where my West Side Riders at? Whoop whoop.
Yeah, I
You're
got
gonna have
all of it.
that.
You load it yourself. You download it yourself, so you could trim it and have specifically what parts that you want.
Oh, that's dope. So it's like an
I'm loving
MP60.
that.
It's like a podcast MP60.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Okay.
It's like podcast MPC or SB 1200.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. There we go. So we're very familiar with that. That's our era right there.
Yeah.
Hey, that's our era. Let me see. Someone said something in the chat. Let's see. Third Eye. Third Eye TV.
Oh, go ahead, my bad.
He was in the chat. Oh, read them off, Cam.
There was too much knowledge of self in the late 80s and early 90s. The brothers and sisters from the age of 35 to 50 are either 85% savage or in pursuit of happiness, period. Grace is up. Yeah, grace is all over with. We had enough time to learn the do's and don'ts, what we should and we shouldn't do with our fame and money and all that influence. So now it's time to get aired out and get held accountable. But yeah, as far as that is concerned, westcoastcam.com, I think Elmatic had just put the link in the description in the chat. So if y'all want to check that out, because they have and they are releasing some new viral situations. You know what I mean? They're not stopping. This is war. This is how they getting us through virus technology. They know that we're not up on viruses. We have used sea moss and elderberry and all this other stuff to learn how to combat bacterial diseases and ailments, but they know we don't know nothing about this virus business. So that's why they even call internet stuff viral. They know the science of and the power of tampering with viruses.
Yeah. That's their game. They know it like the back of their hand, brother. Yeah. Oh, you get 2.5 hours on him.
Yeah, so I mean, we just chilling though. If somebody got something that they want to speak on, we just here.
Yeah, come on up, man. We're not rushing. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna step down real quick and finish my haircut. So I'll be back in 10 minutes because I can't be up here like this.
Yeah, I see you looking like Mo on the Three Stooges.
Yeah. I'm not gonna say peace because I'm coming back, but I will return. I'll be right back, brother Cam.
What's up? Yeah. Oh, there you go, Gio. What up, Gio? I still hear you.
What's good, bro? My apologies for my technical difficulties, brother.
All good, all good.
Yes, sir.
You got any comments or something specifically you want to talk about? Any current events?
So be 100, bro. I just want to give you your flowers real quick, man. Just say keep going, bro. Keep doing what you're doing. We see you out here, bro. You doing your thing, bro. You bringing positivity and lightness and speaking truth and righteousness, bro. There's not a lot of us out here like that, so keep doing your thing, bro. I appreciate that.
Likewise. As long as you keep on supporting me, I'm gonna keep on doing it.
Yes, sir. 100.
All right, Gio.
All right, brother.
All right, peace. Carlito Lewis, it says your device cannot be. I seen you backstage, Carlito, but it said you had to connect your camera, and your microphone. Now, peace. He said, I have a microscope, and I'm a nerve, and I'm a nerve. I have no fake silver, but things are looking out. I'm not sure what you mean. Third eye, what up with you, brethren?
Hey, what's going on, bro?
You gotta turn your volume down in the back.
I'm gonna unhook this Bluetooth. Oh, that sound better?
Yeah, I don't hear no.
Yeah, no, cool. Okay,
that's worse.
Oh, hold on. I don't know what's going on, man.
You don't got no ear. Oh yeah, that's too much, bro. You fry my little speakers. Blow my little speakers out with that. Am I with the fasting? You consume it after the meal? Yeah, if you want to. Yeah. Fasting itself does, wonders. It does a lot of things that colloidal silver or antivirals and antibiotics do. Fasting itself, if you got the strength to actually go without eating, days without eating, then that's super also. Our double salute, knowledge of self, that's right. Champ's vision, good job, Negus, that's right. Say something.
Is that better?
1, 2, 2.
Is that better?
Nah, 1, 2, 3. Check. Nope.
All right, I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I don't know. It's all good though. Third eye, we'll get it. Now, VICES say too much fake stuff out there. Sea moss, you can feel it when it's off. Yeah, I ain't really heavy on the sea moss. My daughter actually makes it and been making it. She got her own real, the real style, real harvesting and whatever the little plugs. But I ain't really a fan of sea moss myself. I'm from the old school. But yeah, it's bootleg everything. It's bootleg everything. So it comes down to who you trust. And that's why, relationships with us, that's why, certain people that you deal with, you're gonna have to test and find out if they authentic, if they solid. You gotta be able to pull their file, their track record. Because a lot of us are snake oil salesmen and saleswomen. A lot of us, even though we old familiar people, you know what I'm saying, acquaintances like preachers and pastors, that don't mean they righteous just because we day ones or you familiar with us. It got to actually be something proven. The product has to be proven to some degree. So I can't vouch for nothing and I don't promote nothing unless I done dealt with it, I done benefited and tried it myself. Ahmad Jabril, ginger has miraculous benefits. Yeah, ginger, garlic. To me, the strongest herb in general, if you're talking herbs, is garlic. Garlic, organic, raw garlic. Where you crush it up and where you see the little liquid and it's potent allicin, the little chemical allicin. As soon as you crush up raw garlic, try to eat it. Get you some juice or some water, something, whatever you can take it. Because I wouldn't even suggest crushing it up with your teeth because then that's your mouth gonna be on fire unless you got like bad cavities or something or you got gum disease and you can crush up the garlic with your teeth. But garlic is the number one top disease killer. Garlic, raw garlic, organic raw garlic, as much as you can handle. As soon as you first eat it, though, it's gonna give you a stomach ache. James Jr., thank you, James Jr., for the Cash App. Super appreciate you, bro. Super appreciate you. But that garlic, if y'all familiar with garlic and holistic, naturopathic, raw healing, raw garlic, especially when you first crush it, you try to eat like a spoonful of it. I have to eat it on an empty stomach. I can't eat it after I've ate something because it's gonna come up. I'm gonna throw up. Whatever I ate, saying because you know I really go heavy. I do a whole tablespoon of chopped up garlic, real chopped up fine, like so I don't have to chew it. I can just just. But you feel it going down, and then it start burning right here. And you start getting nauseous and like, oh man, and you start getting all them little the glands and shit, and start getting foamy in your the little throw up foam, the little gas bubble, like you kind of burp it up a little bit, like, I ain't gonna make it. So you got to be kind of careful, or me. But on an empty stomach, I can take it. Empty stomach, that garlic is I can eat as much as I want. But if I done ate something, that's coming up. Yeah. Garlic and silver. Yeah. Vampires, giving vampires and werewolves the blues. Garlic and silver. That combo right there. So that's, you see that we got this. You can get the garlic anywhere, but you can't get this anywhere. So this is going to come down to who you trust. You don't got to get it from me, but get it from somewhere. Have that combo. Have that garlic and silver combo. That together, that 1-2 punch together, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna have some ammo. Mm-hmm. Grand Kush, monoatomic gold and colloidal silver. I heard about that, but I ain't tried it. I can't speak on nothing that I haven't tried. I heard a lot about colloidal gold and stuff like that, and I would imagine that it has just as similar principles, but I haven't tried it. You know what I'm saying? But I know for sure that silver works specifically, and even the enemies do. The peer-reviewed published papers, medical and scientific journal, peer-reviewed published journal papers on colloidal silver. Y'all can go online and just Google that. Google peer-reviewed published journals on colloidal silver. And you'll see how much, if they still got it available, how much that's suppressed, how much colloidal silver is suppressed, and silver in general, and garlic, any holistic, so-called cures of anything is going to be suppressed. It's almost illegal. It's just about almost against the law to say anything is a cure. Ain't that sad? Ain't that sad? When 50% of the cure is your mind state, the hope that your brain and your mind has, feeling comfortable that there is something, what I'm saying, that you can take naturally. But if they can eliminate your hope mentally and make you say, like, there's no such thing as a cure, such and such, there's no cure for such and such, but you can treat it, you can learn to live with it and all of that, that's pure satanic effery. That's pure satanic effery. It's no such thing as no cure. You might not have, the cure, or you might not want to release the cure, but if there's a such thing as a disease, there's a such thing as a cure. So any doctors or commercials or pharmaceutical industries or whatever, do they have the right to tell you that there's no cure for something when there's a disease? You know what I'm saying? If there's a disease, there's a cure. Right? If you can cause it, you can cure it, right? So why are we listening to people that kill our hope, that kill our faith? As soon as you give up hope in your mind and your heart, then your body is going to follow. That's how you get sicker and sicker, because you gave up hope. You listened to some Satan that said that there was no cure. So that means there's no hope. So you may as well not fight. You can't fight this. You can't win this. This is what they're telling you. Pure Satan. Pure Satans with authority, white robes on, or white doctor whatever's on them, PhDs. Pure Satans that's telling you don't have no hope because there is no cure. Just imagine how many of our innocent, scared grandmothers and grandfathers and little sisters and brothers or whatever that checked up out of here because they believed a Satan. They believed that as an authority. That's why I'm here doing what I do. I'm here to retaliate by God's permission, by our God's permission. Our God, the people that got took out, those victims, them casualties, they prayers is what keep me going. That's what produced people like me. My satisfaction is destroying these people, is exposing these people, is avenging these people, avenging our people against these people. Ain't no abracadabra. The Lord, it was the Lord's will. The Lord took her home, and it was, you know, saying she's in a better place now. And nah, I don't believe that. I believe this enemy, you know, scored against us again. And you can't replace, and you can't put a price tag on the fear and the terror and the hopelessness and the sorrow that these victims of these diseases and these false diagnoses and these hope thieves that steal the hope and steal the faith and the power from our minds, telling us it ain't no cures for this and it ain't no this. Those is our enemies, man. Those is the ones that stick a little needles in our brains and paralyze us. I'm not with that. Hey, beautiful, gorgeous. What's going on? You waiting for me to get off? We gonna watch a movie or something? Tell the people peace.
Peace.
Peace in the Middle East. Nafisa said, I like ultraviolet, colloidal gold. I put those drops in my eyes. Yeah, it's a lot of stuff out there, I'm sure. You know what I'm saying? That's up like that. And it only makes sense. But I just know personally from my personal study the benefits of silver. And that's something that's well documented throughout millennia, over thousands of years. Silver is mentioned. Silver is proven the strongest natural antiviral, antibiotic, antimicrobial, antipathogenic, antifungal known to science up into, I'm talking about natural, known to science according to peer-reviewed published medical journal, scientific journals, all the way up into the mid-90s, 1990s. They had charted that silver attenuates or kills over 650 diseases, disease-causing viruses and pathogens and all of that. Kills them within 6 seconds, from 6 seconds to 6 minutes, but mostly within 6 seconds. Don't ask me why that number 6. If you know about the geometry and the shapes of creation, 6, it's not a wicked number. 6 is the building block number of creation. That's just also the number of the beasts. But the beasts aren't wicked. But this particular Satan is wicked, and they're restricted to the number 6. They can't go no further than 6. 6 is where we start. 6 is where they stop. But 650 degrees, 650 diseases that silver immediately attenuates, and that no known virus has been able to develop a resistance against silver. I don't know the studies on gold, if that holds true with gold or not. But I've done the studies and the research on the silver, and that's the peer-reviewed published medical journal documented proof that has been suppressed, that you won't hear about. You're going to hear about pharmaceutical drugs and Fauci juices. You're not going to hear about nature's proven most powerful remedies and whatnot. I'm scared to even say cure, because not that the papers say cure. The papers say cure. I'm not saying cure. The peer-reviewed published papers say cure. Because YouTube would try to strike me and shit if I say anything that goes against the World Health Organization regarding, pandemic type virus situations. So I'm not saying that. I'm saying go research for yourself what the peer-reviewed published papers say about colloidal silver, and no known virus, period. No known virus is known to be able to resist or build up a resistance against silver. That's what the papers say. That's not what Cam say. That's all I'm saying. So westcoastcam.com. And for those, like I said, who haven't received their order, is late. It might be 3 weeks late right now. Some is like 3 weeks late. And if it's that late, I'm adding an extra bottle or 2 bottles, depending on how late, your order is. So I understand. And, they've been, hijacking whatever my website on purpose. So just understand, they're not making it easy for people that really do this work. So I don't want y'all to think, man, I ordered this time ago and blah, blah. Nah. I'm with you and I'm making it up to you. Well, on that note, man, could y'all hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Anything you want to say to the people? Nothing? Okay. Yeah, so about to do this quality time with the young queen. She says peace and love. And this is why we do this. This is why we hold rappers and entertainers and athletes and actors and all that accountable, because we have these little beauties here that we're going to put our life on the line for. I'm not going to allow nobody. I don't care. You call yourself a peer of mine, a homie of mine. You say you love me, but you putting out stuff that's going to affect my daughters and granddaughters and sisters and nieces and nephews, mine, but especially our little girls. I'll get rid of you. I will get rid of you. I will happily get rid of you first, because you're trying to help get rid of mine, our little girls. I'll happily get rid of you. Uncle Ruben said peace. Said assalamu alaikum. Yeah. All right. So peace and blessings, y'all. Shalom, Hotep, Salam. The campaign trail, campaign victory is our victory. It ain't just Cam. Peace and blessing. Till next time. Peace.